My name is Dan Jones, and I'm an overclocker. I recently joined Overclockers Anonymous after I realized I had a problem, and I accepted the Overclockers Anonymous guidelines and the big book, as they call it. I accepted that I am powerless alone to stop myself from overclocking. I've hurt things. I have overclocked processors, GPUs, CPUs. I've even overclocked RAM. And, well, my name is Dan Jones and I have a problem. You see, when I joined Overclockers Anonymous, I was skeptical, as I'm sure some of you are. I thought, what could they do to help me and stop me from overclocking my hardware? I mean, it's my choice. I can stop at any time. I truly thought that. I believed that. It's out of my hands. There's nothing I can do. I once overclocked a FX 8320. Yeah. An FX 8320 to 4.4 gigahertz. I didn't even overclock the Northbridge. I just did a multiplier overclock, added voltage just to the Vcore. It got so hot. Damage occurred. Now, when I edit video, my temps, they get up past 62 degrees Celsius. Yeah, I know. I only have a Corsair H75 all-in-one water cooler, and it's just not enough. I don't have enough airflow in my case. The temperatures get too hot. The VRM on the motherboard alone, I mean, it gets up to 60 constantly. I can't control it, and I'm sorry. So I've accepted the help of Overclockers Anonymous, and I think that if you open your mind and your heart, you can stop overclocking, just like I did. Of course, I didn't tell you about the GTX 980. I overclocked it. I did. Yeah, I got about 5 more frames a second after I overclocked it from 1300 megahertz to 1380. It didn't make a difference. It really didn't. But I had to. I couldn't stop myself. I just slid the power limit bar on MSI Afterburner all the way over to the right. I thought, what harm could it do? 5 more frames a second, was it worth it, I asked. At the time, I was so deluded. Of course it was worth it, I said. I'm running at 65 frames a second now instead of 60. The difference, it's remarkable. Granted, I only have a monitor capable of 60 hertz, but it's the principle of a thing, I thought. I have a G1 Gaming GTX 980. Why wouldn't I overclock it? Of course you overclock it, right? It came from the manufacturer overclocked. Why wouldn't I just boost it up just a little bit, just to see how far I could get it to go without I didn't even add voltage. I swear, I didn't even add voltage to the GPU core. I just increased the power limit and the base clock. I'm sorry. Well, just like my FX 8320 only has 4 cores, there's actually only 4 easy steps to recovery with Overclockers Anonymous. The first step is that you have to admit that you're powerless to overclock. You just don't have enough power. There's just not enough voltage. The second step is you must believe that you can restore your BIOS settings to the optimized factory defaults. The third step is you must make a list of all the hardware that you've harmed in the past by overclocking and try to make amends by just upgrading instead of overclocking your existing hardware. It just makes more sense. And the fourth and final step to recovery from overclocking is to give yourself over to the console gaming market. I mean, there's no overclocking involved. In fact, you can't overclock a PS4 or an Xbox One. You have to embrace 792p gaming at 30 FPS. It's just more cinematic that way. And once you accept these truths, you will be on the path to full overclocking recovery. Take it from me, Dan Jones. I've been 23 days without overclocking and I'm doing just fine.